Well, guess what? America's newest boom towns aren't mines anymore. They're data centers. A massive artificial intelligence build-out is fueling a construction gold rush across the country, with tech titans pouring billions of dollars into AI infrastructure. These big projects are putting skilled workers in high demand. Now, electricians, welders, and foremen say they're seeing 30% pay raises, with many now making well over $200,000 per year. And I saw one of them quoted in the Wall Street Journal saying, "I pinch myself going to work every day." Brian, what do you make of this?
Well, I love when people can get high-paying jobs in fields that help them build a trade and build a skill. So I love this stuff. I know we're going to have the debate about the bubbliness of this whole thing and how sustainable it is, and I'm good with that debate. I do think, though, if you look back through history, you get a lot of moments like this in American history. The latest one I was reading about was the oil boom in Pennsylvania in the late 19th century, and how many guys lost their shirt, but how many guys also built great wealth and great companies, but it was messy. You know, lots of people failed, lots succeeded. It does strike me that the guys doing this work, like, think about if you're somebody who's trying to build up a business in these fields. How awesome is this time to be doing that? If you're a young guy, just got your certification, maybe you're working with a firm, it's a great opportunity. So for these folks, make hay while the sun shines, and the sun is shining right now.
That totally makes sense.
Right, and I know there's lots of ads for people who can help format content providers' information so that it will be noticed by AI and used. That's a new category of folks who are getting jobs. What do you make, George?
Well, that sounds something a little more white collar, and there obviously will be white collar jobs
white collar is
tied
the
to
blue
AI,
collar,
right?
in my opinion.
But as far as the blue collar part, people who, as you say, are doing welding or construction, HVAC, carpenters, what have you. This is fantastic because college is not for everyone. And especially these days with the tremendous expense, the college debt, you get your degree in sociology and you have no marketable skills. And
that's right.
You try to pay that off with very little income. Talk about affordability. This is a great opportunity for people to learn a skill that they can use. People are making, as you say, well into 6 digits doing this sort of thing. And one of the advantages of this kind of work, if you're a welder or an HVAC person or whatever, when you go home, you're done. People who are white-collar people usually go home and there's an email from the boss. You got to bring
Amen
homework.
to that.
When you're a welder, you don't bring your welding stuff and your torches with you back home. You leave that at work, and when you go home and you have your off time, it's real off time. I think that's a huge advantage.
I like that a lot. Let's go to this. A bidding war now underway for Warner Brothers Discovery. Charlie Gasparino has been following all of this. What's the latest you're hearing, Charlie?
Well, there's a three-way bidding war going on. It's Comcast, it's Netflix, it's Paramount, Skydance, run by the Ellisons. Larry Ellison, as you know, the Oracle co-founder, is financing his son's bid, David Ellison's bid. He's also very close to President Trump. Let's lay a little odds on who has the inside track. And we'll start with Comcast. This is a tweet of mine, and this will give you some indication on where they sit. Now, look at what I quote Trump as saying about the Comcast CEO. Trump couldn't stop saying how much he can't stand Brian Roberts. That's the Comcast CEO, referring to the guy that used to run MSNBC, now MS Now, still the same cast of characters. So I think you could say that Comcast is going to have an uphill battle getting Trump regulatory approval for this. He may take him to court. That's a whole other story. That's a 2-year process. Then there's Netflix, and it's a story that I broke today in the New York Post, which says that the people inside the White House just don't like Netflix getting bigger. It already has 300 million subscribers. If they buy Warner Brothers Discovery, they're adding their basic streaming service, which is 300 million, with the third largest one, which is HBO Max. I don't think that's going to get through the Trump regulatory apparatus. And again, they could fight it out in court. Usually, people win in court against the government on such issues, but it's a 2-year slog and it's costly, and it's up to the WBD board if they really want to wait 2 years. And then you got the Ellisons, and I can't say this enough. Larry Ellison and Trump are friends, and Trump likes the company. The antitrust implications for this bid are like almost de minimis in this sense that the only overlap is on the studios, but I don't think the Trump people really care about studios from an antitrust standpoint anymore. It's not as big of an issue as it used to be. As you know, we don't go to many movie theaters anymore. There is content that's produced, but let's face it, It's content that you can produce a lot of different ways. Studios are not the only places that make content these days. So you got to put Paramount, Skydance in the pole position. One caveat to that is I hear that the Warner Brothers board likes the Netflix deal. It's an interesting deal because they're only buying the studio and the streaming service. Remember, Warner Brothers is breaking up into two, right? Warner Bros. Discovery breaking up into two companies. The cable companies over here, that would be CNN, that would be Discovery, that would be HBO. Everything else over here, the streamer, the studio, and other growth properties. And it kind of keeps them separate. They're only buying the two main properties, and these other properties. We should point out that what I found interesting is CNN throws out about $500 million in profits every year, which is pretty significant. I mean, they're in every hotel, every airport. I mean, there's a business there, a global operation.
Right.
Yet people are valuing CNN like de minimisly in this deal. I mean, it's mind-boggling. It's kind of scary for someone who's in this business myself, where linear TV is being valued at almost $1.
Wow.
Like $1.
Wow.
I mean, it's not that
Charlie.
low. It's not that low. But I mean, just saying, it's not the prized possession that the other ones are.
All right.
And so let's see how this. So second round bids today. I laid it all out.
Thank you, sir.
Watch my Twitter feed.
We will watch your Twitter feed, my friend. Thanks for breaking it down for us. Appreciate it, Charlie.